Guys, it is time. It is Monday, and we did get Season 4 Super Packs that have dropped. 58k is literally a snipe. I'm going to let that one slide. Season 4 Super Packs have dropped with a little bit better odds, man. 1.7% to pull an opal, 26% for a pink diamond is crazy, man. So we do need to go over the new snipe filters, man. So let's get right to it. The first filter we're going over is the Galaxy Opal cheapest filter, man. For this, you just want to put your color to Galaxy Opal. You're going to scroll your maximum amount up until you find the cheapest Galaxy Opal on your console, which on PlayStation is Trey Young, selling for about 45,000 MT right now. What you want to do is scroll your buyout up so you have the highest number possible without having two cards on your scroll. As you see, that Trey Young just sold, and then you want to scroll with the cheapest card up, so that way if any of the more expensive opals pop up, you can buy them as quick as possible and then still snipe the cheaper ones for profit, man. What you want to do is scroll on the cheapest player. As you see, the price did go up. Now Trey Young 48k is the cheapest. What I would suggest, because they do drop down to around 45k a lot, is to grab any opal that pops up for 35k and below, or about 13,000, whatever it is, man. Around 10,000 cheaper than the cheapest one that you're going to sell it for is what I would do and feel comfortable, because opals do sell because people want them for their team or for whatever the reason may be. They definitely have been selling, so you don't need to worry about making sure you have plenty of room for profit, because everybody wants these cards still. So grab them for 10k cheaper. If anybody that's more expensive pops up, like Paolo, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, I mean, there's so many more expensive opals now. We have so many opals in the game. If any of those pop up, buy them for any price on the scroll that you're working. And then again, just the cheaper 50k opals, grab them for like 35k and below and resell for profit. Really active filter lately, man, so spend some time on it and get some crazy snipes, hopefully. The next filter that we're going to go over is the pink diamond cheapest filter, man. For this, you just want to put your color to pink diamond. They're selling for about 7,000 MT on PlayStation right now, 7,100, whatever it may be. You want to again scroll with the cheapest pink diamond up, just because obviously there is still much more expensive pink diamonds that you can pop up and you can snipe, man. Like Zach Edey is a good option that if he pops up, buy him in. Mac McClung, if he pops up, buy him. You want to again scroll with just one of the cheapest pink diamonds up. It's hard to find. The price is constantly changing, as you see, so it will be a little bit of a struggle to stay on a scroll, but I do think it's worth it. Just refresh here. If any of these cheaper pink diamonds, any of these all-star pink diamonds and such pop up, grab them for about 5,000 MT and below, or about 2,000 cheaper than the cheapest one. And they have been popping up an absolute ton, guys. If your goal is to make MT, this is a really good filter to be on. This one and the next one that we're going over, really good. None of those are snipes, man, but you just want to keep refreshing here. Grab any of the cheap ones. If anybody that's more expensive pops up, Alexander Sarr is another good one. Any center low-key is profit on this filter, as you'll see later in the video, as well as several others that are just a tiny bit more expensive, but you can snipe them all day long on this filter and flip them for profit. The next filter that we're going to go over is the all-star cheapest filter. Very similar to the last filter. You're going to be sniping almost the same cards consistently. However, you just want to put your theme to all-star. You're going to scroll your buyout up to the same price, man. 7,200, right around 7,000. We've got 7,300 right now. They are constantly being bought and posted for sale, so you're going to need to be adjusting the filter all the time to stay on this scroll, which again, like I said, I do feel is worth it. On this filter, the only difference between this one and the last one is you can snipe opals and dark matters on it as well. Any all-star player can pop up on this filter, and on the pink diamond cheapest filter, you can see any of the cards not from the all-star set, but most of the ones you're going to be sniping are going to be all-star players. But it is super packed, so any of the older pink diamonds can be put up for sale as well. So they're both good filters to work. It's just up to you if you want to have a chance to snipe older pink diamonds or opals and dark matters, man. Spend some time in this. The same pricing and everything remains in effect on this one, because like I said, most of the time you will be sniping all-star players. If any of the older other pink diamonds pop up, you got to just know their pricing, guys. I don't know if every single old pink diamond is a snipe, probably not. So just know your market on who's expensive. LaMelo, Kristaps Porzingis, any of those, man, and just stack profit all day on this filter. The next filter we're going to go over is the diamond cheapest filter, man. Again, same as the last three filters. You just want to put your color to diamond. They're selling for about 5,000, 4,800 right now on PlayStation. You want to scroll again on this cheapest one, man. Again, just make sure you know your pricing because it's super packs. Pricing is going to be changing, especially if it's a card from this set. But there are more expensive diamonds that can pop up. I would have thunk Alex English would be one of them, but apparently not. With the super packs out, it's just crashing all the diamonds prices. So just make sure you know the price point of which are the more expensive diamonds you want to grab on your scroll. And then other than that, you want to grab these players for about 3,500 MT and below, or about 1.5k cheaper than the cheapest one that you're scrolling on, and just keep flipping profit that way, man. Should be very active with super packs out. The odds for pulling a diamond must be astronomical. I didn't even look. So they're going to be pulled and put up for very cheap very often, man. So spend some time on this filter and stack some MT up. The next filter that we're going over is the Stephen Curry hard scope filter, man. For this, you just want to put your name to Stephen Curry, raise your maximum buyout up to about 73,000, 70,000, somewhere around there is what he's selling for on PlayStation right now. You don't typically need to scroll on this filter. I actually, for once, recommend that you do not, even though there are more expensive cards that can pop up on here. Obviously, the pink diamond, the opal, or the dark matter can pop up on this filter, because any Curry in the game can pop up. It's very expensive because he won the MVP for the All-Stars game, and he has a challenge that, you know, unlocks a lot of MT for people, but he's constantly being bought and sold just because everybody's on the game, everybody's ripping packs right now. So his price is changing a ton. What I recommend is just bringing your maximum buyout down about 15k, somewhere around like 55,000, like I grabbed that last snipe at the start of the video for, somewhere around here, and just refresh, just so you know if there's a pop-up, buy it, because he's constantly popping up at 3-4 Curries at a time, so it gets confusing trying to find the right price snipe if you're working a scroll on this filter. So this one filter, even though there's more expensive cards, I think you should just lower your buyout down about 15,000 MT and snipe anything that pops up and resell for profit. Really good filter, man. There's a couple other ones like Mac McClung, same type of situation. He has a challenge for All-Star Weekend where you can get some event cards. So Mac McClung, put your name there. He's going for about 44,000. You want to go ahead and snipe this card for about 10,000 MT cheaper. Since he's a little bit cheaper, you can go ahead and lower your buyout down to about 35,000, maybe 33,000 on this one, and just keep refreshing and snipe him if he pops up and resell for profit. Same thing. And then again, from the last filter video, all of the all-star players still are a little bit up in price, and just hard scoping any one of those that you choose, Tyler Hero, Darius Garland, all of those could still be very, very profitable, man. So look into those if you can't find a filter that's active for you, because you might need a low-key one that nobody's working. The next filter we're going to go over is the Amethyst Series 1 Northwest filter, man. For this, you want to put your color to Amethyst, put your theme to NBA Series 1, and you're going to set your division to Northwest. On this filter, you have Shea and Jokic Amethyst Series 1 cards, which are more expensive, going for about 12,000 MT right now. You don't need to scroll. As you see, they're both the same price. What I would suggest is just to lower your maximum buyout down to about 9,000, maybe even 8.5k, because sometimes they do get down to, you know, around 11,000. So it's up to you how much profit you want to make. People are still constantly buying these cards for the challenges. I just got one right before I started the filter video for 5k to pop up within like 10 refreshes or so. Really good filter, man. People are going to be pulling these cards from the super packs and not realizing that they're still expensive because they have challenges and stuff tied to them for the All-Star Weekend. That's only 2 cards on here, man. Just snipe them for about 4,000 MT, cheaper than the cheapest one, 3,000, 3.5k, however much profit you want to make after tax, man. So really good filter. Spend some time on it. The next filter we're going over is the All-Star Central Division filter, man. For this, you just want to put your theme to All-Star, put your division to Central, and you're going to raise your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest cards, which is Andre Jackson, selling for about 10,500 MT. I kind of do suggest you scroll on this because there's obviously more expensive cards on here that you can snipe, including Amethyst, however you say his name. He is still expensive. You got Mobley Opal, who is still profit at 100k. This guy Amethyst, he is a bit more expensive. You got Dame and Garland. It's a really good filter, man. Spend some time on it. It was better over the weekend when these cards absolutely skyrocketed and we're going for 20,000 or so. But even still right now, these cheap ones like Ajax, he's gonna pop up a ton for right around 7,000 MT, which is the cheapest price point for the all-star players. For pink diamond cheapest, they're gonna get thrown up a lot for that price, and you can just keep sniping them and reselling them for 10k over and over again. I would be grabbing these cards for 8k and below. Just cause, I mean, this filter is gonna be very active, so spend some time on it and just stack MT, man. You're gonna buy them, you're gonna sell them for like 10,000, 10.2 thousand, and just flip MT. The next filter we're gonna go over is the center all-star filter, man. For this, you just want to put your position to center, put your theme to all-star, and raise your maximum buyout to about 10,000 MT. Right now, centers are a little bit more expensive. They're selling for about 10, 10.5, 11,000 MT as well. These ones will probably be bought really soon. Looks like they're going for about 10.5k as well. Not 11, I thought they were closer to 11. But you want to go ahead and scroll on this one because there are some more expensive players that can pop up as usual, and then just grab these cheaper Messi, Trace, Jackson Davis. Grab those for 8k and below, just like that, but we want 8k and below. Really good filter. It's going to be very active again because pink diamond pricing is selling for about 7,000. They should pop up a lot and just be able to flip them over and over again. The next filter we're going over is the All-Star Western high-end filter, man. For this, you just want to put your theme to All-Star, put your conference to Western, and you're going to raise your minimum bid up to 100,000 and put your minimum buyout at 500 and just refresh and scroll to the 4-hour mark. I don't think I recommend going past the 4-hour mark. No, you can actually. Wow, this actually scroll even got better in the last few minutes. I don't know if it's worth it scrolling all the way to the 24-hour mark. It's kind of a lot of cards, but just scrolling to the 4-hour mark, which is where 90% of snipes pop up, would be right in between these two cards. It's only like a 5 scroll. Refresh here, man. There are a lot of expensive all-star players that can pop up. Any all-star Western Conference player can pop up on here as long as they have a maximum, a starting bid of 100k, which, a lot of snipes go up for 100,000, man. So really good filter. This is where you can snipe opals and dark matters and you don't have to enable anything, which right now opal enabled is very expensive. Stay away from Harden. Well, you don't need to stay away. Usually he sells for about 120, 130. Yesterday he wasn't a snipe. I just saw one end for 130. Looks like, yeah, he is profit still, so you can grab him if you want, but it is very mid profit. Ant-Man, I saw back up to like 160k, but he's also sometimes sells for like 130 as well, so be cautious with him. You got a few opals, a couple dark matters, actually a lot of dark matters, man. It's a really good filter that you can work without needing to enable. And of course, Mr. Wembanyama has to be on there for you guys. You got JJJ. Really good option, man. So spend some time on this if you want to snipe high tier cards and don't want to enable anything. The next filter that we're going to go over is the 500 filter, or the cheapest all filter, man. I always drop this one on super pack days because it normally goes absolutely crazy, man. For this, you don't want no color, no theme, no nothing. You just want to scroll and put your maximum buyout at 500. Just keep refreshing here. I personally would snipe absolutely anything that pops up. I know these emeralds, if you want to take the time and find out who's popping up, what their name is, if it's absolutely a real snipe or not, you can do that. However, I personally would just grab anything for 500, and everything at the very least will sell for 550, which means you will break even. That's not bad to avoid the time of having to find, is this an all-star player? Is this a pink diamond? Is this whatever it may be, man? So sit on here. If you just snipe everything, make sure you check the prices because a lot of the players are much more expensive, like Tyler Hero, Emerald, all of those different all-star players, man, are all up in price. So you can make a lot of MT on this filter right now, and it's just all it's super pack day, so should be very active. And the last filter we're going over is the dark matter filter, man. For this, you just want to put your color to dark matter, put your minimum out at 500 and just keep refreshing. Every dark matter in the game is a snipe, man, and I do think this filter is now worthy of being worked. We have been getting some pop-ups. It's still going to be very, very dry, and you'll need to have a lot of patience on it unless you get insanely lucky. But snipes have been popping up, man. People have been getting them, and that's an absolutely insane snipe if something pops up for you. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Everything on dark matter is a snipe, man, so if something pops up, just buy it as quick as possible. That is it for the video, though. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, man. Smash the like button for me if you did. If you guys want to see the crazy 1 week opal snipe challenge we did last week, click the video that's popping up on screen. Jay Grinds out.